Hey, how's it going, guys? This year we have the RCA 7 Voyager 2, the successor to the Voyager that some of you know from 2014. Let's see just how much has improved from last year and if it's still worth buying. The Voyager 2 looks and feels the same from last year's model, same thickness, dimensions, and weight. All the buttons are still on the right side, with your power button, 3.5mm headphone jack, a micro USB port which you can use to transfer files from your computer and charge the tablet. Then there's the volume keys, and behind it, a micro SD card that supports up to 32 gigs. I highly recommend getting one because there's barely any space available in this tablet. The downside is that even if you do get a micro SD card, it won't support transferring applications to the SD card. Maybe rooting the tablet could fix that. At least I'm still able to place all of my media files onto it, so it's not completely worthless. As for the camera on the front, honestly, it's pretty bad. But tolerable, I'd say, unlike last year's 0.3 megapixel camera. By the way, this is 1 megapixels, what you're looking at right now. And the microphone is less staticky as well. The speaker is located in the back, and it sounds very tinny. This year there's Bluetooth, which means you can connect to a wireless keyboard, headphones, and easily transfer files with another device. The screen resolution is 1024 by 600, same as last year. Now that's a low resolution, but I don't mind at all. What I do have a problem with is the viewing angles. If you tilt it to one side just a little bit, it looks burned. This has been an ongoing thing with the RCA tablets for years now, and I was really hoping that they'd fix it by this year, but I guess not. It can really be a nuisance sometimes when I have to have the screen in portrait mode for certain applications, but at the same time, I'm pretty much used to it by now. Turning this on takes a long time, just about 2 minutes. In terms of specs, there's some kind of MediaTek processor, I'm not sure exactly which one, but it's rocking a 1.4 GHz quad-core processor with 1 GB of RAM. Basic tasks are a lot more smooth on this tablet than any other budget tablet I've used so far. It does rarely stutter between multitasking, and there are longer load times for some applications. In the Antutu Benchmark app, this gets over 22,000, and that's a great score for an entry tablet like this one. All of the games I've played on this ran really smooth. I even played this graphic-heavy game, and I didn't notice much lag at all. Of course, the graphics won't look as good as it would on something like an Nvidia Shield or Samsung tablet, but just remember that you're paying a fraction of what those would cost. One thing I've noticed using this tablet is that the backside starts to get pretty warm after using the tablet continuously for about 30 minutes or so. I've contacted RCA about this issue and they told me that I have a defective one. That being said, I wouldn't be too worried because it hasn't crashed or anything, but if this happens to you, then return it immediately if you still can, or contact RCA for a replacement. One thing I wasn't able to test out thoroughly was the battery life, but if I were to guess, I'd say that you could get about 4 hours of on-screen time, and that can last you almost the whole day with moderate use. All in all, this is a great entry-level Android tablet to do all of your basic things like browsing the web, playing games, and watching videos if you can withstand the awful screen. If you were thinking of upgrading from last year, then don't do it. There's really not that much of an improvement, unless if you need Bluetooth, a slightly better but still poor camera, and Android 5.0 Lollipop. If you wanted to get this tablet to do some work and use Microsoft software and such, well, there's good news. You can now get a Windows tablet for around the same price as this. I'll have a link in the description to where you can get it.